welcome to another episode of Tamara's Cooking. Today I'm so excited because I'm sharing with you one of my favorite recipes of all time. It is a pumpkin gnocchi 2 ways. Why I say 2 ways, you'll soon find out. This is a quick, simple, easy, healthy, can I say healthy? I think I can, recipe that your whole family is just going to enjoy if you take your time to make it yourself. What you need for your dish is your gnocchi, of course. This is a pumpkin as well as a potato gnocchi. 2 gnocchis, this will just add more flavor to your dish as well as a bit more vibrant colors in there. You also need your mushrooms. There's so many mushrooms out there. You pick the one you like and it'll just work perfectly fine for the dish. You also need your spinach. I'm just going to add this towards the end so that it doesn't wilt too much, but anytime, at any stage, you can add your spinach. I also have leftover pumpkin from yesterday, so it worked well for me today, so I'm just going to use that. This is just roasted from last night, so it's going to be perfect with the dish. I have here with me some onion. I was going to use spring onion, but I don't have that today, so I'm just going to use what I have, and a bit of garlic as well. We also have some grated parmesan, which is going to be used during the cooking as well as on top for garnish. I'm going to use 2 Zimisauces today, the original Zimi as well as the sun-dried tomato, because I just wanted to add more color and more flavor to my dish. Last but not least, I'm going to add some cream because I want a creamy sauce for the gnocchi. The first thing that we're going to do is cook that gnocchi. It's going to take me about 4 minutes to cook, so let's get cooking. So our water has been boiling now and it's salted. So now we're going to add that gnocchi in there. So the gnocchi is going to take about 4 minutes to cook. And how do we know it's cooked? When they start floating on the top. As you can see, the gnocchi is starting to float on the top, which means it's ready. I need to turn it off, strain it and set it aside to cool down and start making that sauce. Now our gnocchi is ready cooling down. We're going to start working on our sauce. So the first thing I'm going to have is the butter and the olive oil going, and then add my onions and garlic. So the reason I'm using butter is because I like the taste of it as well as the taste of the olive oil. So both of them would just be a perfect combination. So just a generous amount of butter. Add a bit of olive oil. In goes our onions and garlic. I was going to add a bit of ginger at this stage, but I realized I have a bit of ginger in the Zimisauce, so I don't want to add too much of it. It'll just be enough when I add the Zimisauce. And at this time, I'm going to add salt and pepper onto the onions so that I don't forget in the end. At this stage, I'm going to add the mushrooms so that they're all cooked together with the onions. Some of you may ask at what stage do you add the mushrooms, but I always say when you start seeing the onions wilting a little bit, it's, I guess, the perfect time to add your mushrooms. So when I was little, I never ate mushrooms because my mom used to put onions and tomatoes and become a bit of a stew. So I always told her I don't eat mushrooms until I moved here and I experienced mushrooms and cream, fried, and I was hooked. So when my mom came here and I made mushrooms, she was so surprised because she's always known me as someone who didn't like mushrooms. So I guess it just depends how you make them, Mum. I'm going to add half of my Zimisauce so that I'll use the other half towards the end. So that goes in there. Oh, it's smelling delicious. It smells so good. I would have added my pumpkin right about now, but because the pumpkin is already cooked, I don't want it to get mushed. I'm just going to hold it off as long as I can and then add it towards the end. I could just eat those mushrooms as they are because they smell delicious. Because my mushrooms, I feel like they're almost cooked, I'm going to add that cream to start that creaming process before I add the pumpkin. How much cream do you use? It's entirely up to you, as well as how much gnocchi you have. So I'm going to add probably 1/4 of this cream. That was probably more than 1/4, but it's still fine. As you can see, I've probably put in a little bit more than 1/4, but that's definitely fine. I'm going to add a bit of the Parmesan and leave some for the garnish later. And then reduce my heat a little bit and then add that pumpkin now. And now I'm just going to be gentle. Like I said, I don't want to mush that pumpkin. I'm just going to give a little bit of a taste. Yep, that's really good. Really nice. Now I'm just going to add the gnocchi in there. Keeping in mind the gnocchi is already cooked, I'm just going to make sure it's in there just for a few minutes to soak up all that sauce in there. And I'll also add the spinach at this stage. All right. Nice gentle toss in there. If you're thinking what I'm thinking, then yep, I'm going to add a little bit more cream in there. Just a bit. A little bit. So basically, I've used a half of it. It's been a couple minutes. This is looking amazing. I'm going to add last bits of the Zimisauce and leave just a teaspoon for the garnish at the end. And then we're good to plate up. So gently stir that in. And so hungry already. I can't wait to eat this. This looks delicious, smells amazing. Can't wait to dig in. I'm gonna get plating. And just like that, in less than half an hour, you're ready to feed your whole family. I know Enoch and I are so excited and we're very hungry, so it's time to plate up. I'm so excited. And the good thing about gnocchi is that it's so filling. So don't overfill your plates because it looks so small, because trust me, it is very filling. So next thing, we add that Parmesan. Last but not least, remember that little bit of zimi that we have left over? Just put it on top there. It's good to go. And just like that, our two-way pumpkin gnocchi is ready. We hope you enjoyed this video and you can recreate it in your own homes. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos.